breaking news.
I want talk to mock news, one talk sense.
Yeah, my people, another day, don't shake it for another strong interview. The interview, who can shake the lies equation because this very man, who I call meet so, now somebody who they see for Facebook. The guy they worry like the way they worry. They talk about religion, they talk about a lot of things. Now let me say no, make I come meet her because Africa, I mean, they confuse you. So we don't know the truth, we don't know the lies. So now let me they want to do interview for this period so that we will know the real truth about religion. So in case you never know, my name is Pararan, one of Africa. I go hold the Maggie, the not the first person to buy Maggie to take when you cooking us with the Wabokan and I got the Magno get Dave Wemuna. So more cut everything short. I deal with one of my bros. Abe bro, what do be your name again?
My name is, let me first welcome you because I'm so happy to see you here, right here in Ghana and in Ghana. My name is Ghana Man. Yes, Ghana Man for short. The systematic universal patriotism campaigner. I'm a full-time campaigner campaigning for reviving the knowledge of patriotism with the concept of the anthill, Pilolo, and then all centered on humanity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why you name yourself Ghana Man? You not get native name like the one your mama give you.
Well, thank you very much. I do have native name, but then I don't value that name anymore. The only name that I value now is Ghana Man for the purpose of the campaign that I'm doing.
So when I come, I see you owe this stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you mean?
Well, this is my patriotic stuff. This stuff carries the whole message that I'm preaching. What you see here is the ant hill. This is ant hill,
Yes.
and it signifies the ant hill concept. These ant hills are made by termite. Termite put themselves together and then build these hills. So the concept behind this hill is unity, teamwork, and determination. This eye you see here with an African map inside the eye, I call it the Pilolo concept.
Pilolo.
Pilolo. There is a Ghanaian sport, local what called game called Pilolo.
Yes.
It is about hide and seek form of game. So the concept behind it is searching, discovery, and adding value to whatever we discover. So that's the Pilolo concept. That has to do with searching, discovering, and then adding value. The things you see here are called Adinkra symbol. This one is the heart. We must love ourselves as Africans.
Yes.
This one is called Akuben. At
Yes.
any time, it's like war horn. Akuben is war horn. Anytime you are called upon as an African, you should be ready to rise up.
Okay.
This one is interdependency, me down, also damn. We depend on one another.
Yes.
I am not much more than you, you are not more than me. We depend on each other.
Yes.
So, interdependency.
Yes.
And this one is Jinyame.
Jinyame.
Jinyame is called Jinyame. Exactly. So, this is my patriotic stuff. And what
Mean peace or what?
Jinyame makes unless God.
Okay, but I see this very one where this symbol.
This symbol
So I don't know what it means.
is the most popular, what do you call it, Adinkra symbol. Okay. That signifies Jinyame, which means unless God intervene.
Okay.
That's what it stands for. And at the back of the hill, you see the Ghana
Yes.
map here.
Yes.
So the whole thing is, if we are able to put all this concept together, the anti concept, which is unity,
Yes.
teamwork, and determination, we'll be able to put aside our tribal differences, political differences, religious differences, then we can build a better nation. To hell with all the political flags in Ghana, to hell with all the tribal flags. The most important flag is supposed to be a Ghana flag. Exactly. Okay. And whilst Ghanaians are doing this,
Yes.
Liberians are doing similar, Togolese are doing similar, Nigerians are doing similar. When we want to put the whole Africa together by a spark. Everything.
Forward.
Exactly. So that's what it stands for.
So thank you for the way you did tell us. You be Christian or you be Muslim or you be tribal like herbalist or people would like know.
Anyway, that's a wonderful question. Ghana Man is not affiliated with any religion, not affiliated with any political party, not affiliated with any tribe. I am a humanist. I refer to myself as a patriot and a humanist. Once you are a human being, we are good to go.
So you know they pray?
No, I'm not the pray. I'm not the pray. No. I'm a conscious man. I'm a conscious man.
Wow, not the first time.
Yeah, I know the pray.
So I they follow you for Facebook. I they see the kind things where you write for Facebook.
Yeah.
So you will write one thing where I see.
Yeah.
You talk say Christianity and then be the most disrespectful people, and then lie the biggest lie.
It's true.
So when I hear that thing, I say I don't understand what you mean by say na Christianity na disrespect pass and na the na lie pass.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by Christianity is the most disrespectful religion, and I mean underline disrespectful religion is that it's one religion that came to meet other religions. You know, when you go down the record, even Hinduism is the oldest religion.
Okay.
Christianity came to meet other religions, but they project themselves as the most holiest religion. All other religions are false, and they have the audacity even to refer to the African tradition as fools, that those who worship idols are fools, such an insult to our ancestors. And so that's why I say they are the most disrespectful religion. Because when you look at all other religions, at least they have some reverence to their colleagues. For instance, the Islams will even refer to their Jesus Christ as a prophet. But for Christianity, they just don't regard any religion at all, and they could just insult any religion. And what do I mean by they tell the biggest lie? How could you tell me that human being gave birth to human being, that human being is God? It doesn't make sense. Just like my wife has given birth to my last born, that I called him Ganaba. And then some years to come, people are referring to that my son as God. It doesn't make sense. It's the biggest lie so far. And then when you look at when you see, I've been a Christian before. All my life, I stopped going to church. Let me say about 5 years ago. So I had opportunity to read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation 3 times, and I was able to identify some of those lies. For instance, you and I were not there when they say Moses parted the sea into 2. We were not there, but today you know what sea is all about. Go to the shore and look at sea. That somebody divided the sea one day, dark. Crippled animals, babies went through. A sea comes between continents, not between towns. And they say someone divided the sea, and a group of nations went through a day. And according to the scripture, there was no miracle. So they just went to normal walking a day, and they crossed the sea. My brother, you and I are not supposed to be there. It's a big lie. Another lie is the Babel, the Tower of Babel. Yeah. Gone were the days they were building with what they call clay and straw. In the 21st century, in which we have iron rods that are bigger than you and I. Have you seen any all those skyscrapers, any of them reaching the skies?
No one.
And then they tell you that the days that they were building with straws and bricks, they built up to the skies, and God have to get angry and come and distort everything that was. This is a big lie. And if God could get angry because his own people have built a tower, now we have spacecraft in the moon. God should have been more angry today than it was before. So these are the reasons why I said Christianity is the most disrespectful religion and tells the biggest lie.
Wow.
Yeah.
According to one of your posts too,
yeah.
I say you write something. Say for the continent of Africa,
yeah.
say Christianity and
Islam.
Say that they mislead us. So what do you mean by that? Say these two people, they mislead the continent of Africa.
Thank you very much. You know, when you look at all the 7 continents that are doing so well, you realize that they still hold on to one religion or the other, but all of them are holding on to their indigenous religion. So even though I don't subscribe to the African religion, I believe that if Africans were to be following their indigenous religion, would have progressed long ago. Yes. But because of the introduction of these 2 super religions, that came through violence. And they came to distort our mindset. They came to completely distort our mindset. That is why I refer to these 2 religions as the most dangerous religions that have affected Africa the most. Because Islamic came first, and then Christianity also came first. And it came with a lot of deception. And one of the greatest deception is for you to keep believing that, keep praying, God will come and attend to all your needs. Keep praying, one day we are going to heaven where there will be no pain, there will be no sorrow. Then I ask my fellow Christians, even on earth, if you are traveling to Europe, look at the struggles that you go through. And this person brings you a book, tells you that relax, keep praying. One day he's going to enjoy heaven with you. Yes. Man, we got to be critical thinkers to know that no, they are telling us a big lie. And so all these things has kept Africans waiting. So we are praying, everything we are praying. And we've been praying for centuries. Nothing is changing. And so what I say is that when the mind is crowded with religious beliefs and principles, or practices, critical thinking is distorted. When the mind is crowded with religious beliefs and practices, critical thinking is distorted. Because we cannot think critical. Anytime you are speaking in Africa, people want you to speak from the Quran, want you to speak from the Bible. If it is not from these two books, whatever you say, whatever if you make sense, they are not ready to take it. And so we don't understand what critical thinking is all about. And I have my own way of defining critical thinking.
Yes.
I say critical thinking is reasoning beyond what is written and said. Critical thinking is reasoning beyond what is written and said. Don't limit yourself to thou say yes. No, no, no. We came with a mind that is bigger than every Bible. That is bigger than every Quran. That is bigger than every religious book. So why should we limit our mind to thou say yes? No. Someone said something. You and I also have something great. That's why we came with our own minds. But what this religion does is that it sits on your mind. So you are always, your level of your mind is within the confinement of the religious books. You can't go beyond or below. They want to check you, be there. The moment you want to think beyond, they tell you are using a carnal mind. Yes, still you need that carnal mind to read and understand. Without the mind, you cannot understand anything. And so that's why the religion is very dangerous and it damages the mind.
So for Nigeria, before I come, for Nigeria, because you write this too for your wall for Facebook. Say for Ghana, every street get like more than 10 to 15 churches. Even for Nigeria, anywhere you go, this will not be even street. Every compound, every compound get more than how many churches? They're the kabash, they do like this. Say, but they don't get ICT,
centers,
they don't get playground, they don't get library. So what do you mean by that?
It's heartbreaking. You see, the community in which you are now, if we should take a tour to this community, I can count over 50 churches. Over 50 churches. And about 2 or 3 mosques. But there's no library for the younger generations to read.
For this community?
No. There is no ICT center for the children to sit down and study. There's no absolutely playground, an exception of this one that I've done for the children. I'm still constructing it for the children. None. But everywhere there is church, everywhere there is mosques. That should tell you the mental damage. And the success of every nation depends on the children. And so if we are not shaping the mindset of these children, what are we expecting? It will go bad and bad and bad. So what we are doing is that we are willing ignorance to the younger generation. When we do it and we did not achieve any result, we push it back to the younger generations. Oh, keep on, keep praying, keep believing God will do it. Yes, still the most important things that will help these young children to be able to become mature, responsible, and critical thinkers are not being done. So all our communities, there are no libraries for the children. There are no ICT centers. There are no playground for the children. But everywhere you pass, churches, 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 mosques, mosques, mosques. And the target is to call upon God to do the things that we are supposed to do for us. So I tell Africans, listen, God will not do for man what man is supposed to do for himself. God will not do for man what man is supposed to do for himself. But ask me, why? Is it because they don't know? They know. But all these things is because of selfish interest. All the churches we see around thinking that they are campaigning for God, they are not campaigning for God, it's their pocket. The money they make out of it. And funny enough, the beneficiaries of the bad system are the ones that fight against those of us who are speaking the truth. Because they are benefiting from the system. And they know when the system collapses, look, all their selfish, whatever they get their money from to satisfy their selfish interest is dead. And so they are the ones that you see them fighting us, cursing us from left and right. But the fact still remains that Africa will lack critical thinking. It's as a result of these two most powerful religions, Islam and Christianity.
Okay, but according to some people, some religion people, they say if not because of this Christianity and Islam, they say a lot of people for they keep people for streets, they do like so now they preach peace. So now I made that they put on for every place so that things go feel they okay.
That is never true. You see, when you talk of morals, morals are inbuilt. We all know what is good or bad. You don't have to be a Christian or a Muslim to know the right from the wrong. We all know these things. The introduction of this religion, you know, most of the atrocities that have been committed in the past. No, you see, people don't study religious history. There are more killings in regarding to religion than it is now. For instance, when you go into the Bible, the Old Testament, where God ordered, according to the Israelites, God ordered them to go and kill the whole nation that does not believe in their God or that worship idols, and thousands of souls are being killed. Look, the world started with barbarism in the days of the primitive mindset where they were killing and other things. But look, as humanity grows and we become more enlightened and awakened, we set rules and regulations to govern our activities. And so those rules and regulations and the advancement of our minds, that is prevailing or that is preventing all these calamities from happening, not religion, not at all. Religion brings division. Especially the Christian religion and the Islamic religion are the two most stubborn religions that have divided the whole world. And I tell you, and I say this boldly, the human race can never unite on the concept of religion. We can only unite on the concept of humanity, where we begin to see each other's face as human beings and share genuine love with each other. Until then, we are only deceiving ourselves.
Okay.
So it's never true. When they say that, it's never true. It's never true.
So what do you mean when you talk say superstition will kill people of Africa?
My brother, superstition will definitely kill people of Africa. Look.
What do you mean by that?
Because it is written in their various religious books that the devil is after them like a roaring lion. So my brother, you wake up and they hear a cock crow. They started praying shaka yaba yaba. A very beautiful natural bird with a big eye that flies in the night. The moment a religious person says, hey, shaka, boy, look, superstition will kill them. The person can just look at you the way you are looking at him and say, oh, the pastor or the whatever has told him that we meet this man. The way the man is looking at you means the ABCD. So we have a camp here in Ghana where they keep people that they suspect to be witches. I'm here to go there myself and talk to them. I said to myself, these people are not witches. You see, when people grow, there are some ailments that goes with old age. And because we lack scientific knowledge, when we see those things, we affiliate it with spirituality. So they pack all those women there. Family members took them to those villages to be kept there because they suspect that they are witches. If not superstition, what else would have caused them to do that? Go to some villages, old women are being stoned to death because they believe that they are witches.
Yes.
Why? It is all based on superstition. That's why I say superstition will kill our people.
Wow.
They read unnecessary meanings to everything. They believe in prayers. Pray and sleep peacefully. Even after praying, they are still afraid. My brother, for the past 5 years that I've stopped praying and I'll not pray again till I die, I sleep peacefully than I used to pray. You know why?
Why?
Because there's this belief that there's this demon after you 24/7. Even after you finish praying, you are still afraid. And it has to do with psychology. It has to do with psychology. But now that I'm off from those beliefs and I've redeemed my mind, I am mentally free. I sleep like a baby. I wake up like a baby.
So you know they really pray at all.
I don't believe in witches, wizard. No. I believe in humanity.
Nobody compress you for night.
No. I sleep like a baby. I wake up like a baby.
Like this on a village, they will kill. You talk about say where God did where God is stay when He created heaven and earth.
Yes.
See where they dwell.
Yes.
So what do you mean by that word?
You see, all these questions are to trigger people to think about the lies surrounding religion. Because some will tell you that nothing exists without a creator. The underlying word is nothing.
Yes.
Nothing, which means God Himself. So if you tell me nothing exists without a creator, therefore this world has a creator and that creator is God, then I ask you, who created God Himself? That's the question mark. So I ask some of these questions so that people think critically, so that we keep opening our minds to look for answers, because there are many answers we don't know. For the fact that I don't know where the world comes from shouldn't mean I should lie. There's nothing wrong to say we don't know, because what we knew today, our forefathers doesn't know, and what our children will come to know, we don't know. So there's nothing wrong if you are asked a question, I don't know. It gives you the opportunity to keep thinking, to keep reasoning. But the moment you create a myth for yourself, man, you have shut the mind, and it will be difficult for you to think critically. Yeah, that's the reason why I posed that question. That where was God? if heaven and earth was created by God, and now God lives in heaven, then where was God when he created heaven and earth?
So
I don't know.
You still ask about angel.
Yeah.
Say where they take create them. What do you mean by that?
Reading the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, I said I've read it 3 times myself when I was a Christian. I've never seen how the angels were created. But all of a sudden we start hearing angels. But they tell us the Bible is the manual, that everything is in it. When you meet this our fellow Christian, they tell the Bible is a manual. Everything is in the Bible. If everything is the Bible, and how the angels were created is not in the Bible, can't we question the Bible? Then we need to start questioning the Bible. So all these questions or all these quotes are to give the people the courage to question that book that they claim is the word of God. Because they put so much fear around it that people are afraid. People see the danger, but they are afraid to question it. So all these things is to give people the opportunity to question it. Feel free, question it. God will not be annoyed with you. Question it. It's written by a human being. Just that they came to deceive us that is the word of God. It's not a word of God. It's human beings that wrote it. And human beings are intelligent. Look, I say this, that among the fragment of the universe, when I talk about the fragment of the universe, I'm talking about human beings, air, plants, animals, whatever we see is a fragment. We are part of the universe. Human beings have proven that we are the most intelligent. And so our mind is a creative mind. The mind is bigger than we think. And the mind can create things beyond the imagination of the same mind. And so the mind has imagined things and created things for us. And so the mind created God for us. The God that we are worshiping is the mind that created.
I see.
Yeah.
So you talk about, say, a lot of people don't die because they say the world end. What do you mean by that? Say the world will end, I be the world end, because I see it for your page.
Yes, thank you.
What do you mean by that?
It's also to trigger a critical thinking mindset in our fellow Africans. That many died many years ago, and for them, they thought this world is no more existing. And such deception is still ongoing. We think the world is coming to an end in the shortest possible time. And so this alone has psychological effect on us. Because we need to be generational thinkers. What do I mean by generational thinkers? People who can think 100, 200, 1,000 years, even though you know you are going to exist for 70, 100 years. But we should have 100 years, 1,000 years plan for the younger generation, the children that we see around. But if you have this mindset that the world is coming to an end soon, it limits your generational thinking mindset. So you will not be surprised you ask every religious person, oh, what do you think about Africa in 20 years to come? Hey, 20 years to come, Christ would have come. Oh. You are thinking about 20 years. Jesus is coming soon. You get it? But people don't see anything wrong with that. So that belief of the world coming to an end soon has a psychological effect on everybody that holds onto that belief. But the funny aspect is that sometimes when you talk about those things, people are quick to tell you that the Europeans are religious as well, and they are moving forward. So let me address that aspect. Look, the guys are smart, and I keep saying that the difference between us and them is that they discovered the power of the mind and they use it against us as Africans. And so this is what they are doing. Yes, they are still holding on to religion, but scientific knowledge is their priority. But Africa, religious knowledge is our priority. That is why we still teach religion in our schools. In Europe, I've not been there before, but I've communicated with our brothers that are there. They don't teach religion. It's only in Africa we still teach religion in our schools. That's why in Africa you have churches everywhere, mosques everywhere, but there's no ICT center in our communities. Why? Religion is our first priority. And so when you make religion your first priority, it affects your development. Because religion tells you that very soon you are leaving this earth, you are going to a better place. So what sense do you have to develop this earth that you are going to live very soon? So that's the danger about religion.
I don't see.
Yeah.
So you talk something about humanity.
Yeah.
That you believe in humanity
Yeah.
than any other thing.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by saying humanity now you believe?
Okay, thank you. Humanity, when we say humanity, is the totality of human beings, whether male, female, regardless of our geographical settlement, regardless of race or tribe. We are human beings. Something made us human beings. And when you take an European and you take an African and you look at them, there's no difference. The only difference you might see is the what do you call it, the I don't even want to say the color, the skin, what do you call it, The word is not color because I don't want to use the word color. Human beings shouldn't be classified in colors because for instance, I have not seen a white person before. So I say Europeans and we the Africans. There's no difference. We are all human beings. We have 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, blah 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 blah. And when you go deep and you bisect us, the heart, the intestines and everything are the same. And so we are supposed to be relating to ourselves as human beings. And so that is the concept of humanity. When you go into the forest, we have different kind of trees and plants, but they are all classified as what? Trees. In the animal kingdom, we have different kind of animals, crocodiles, so and so, but they are all classified as what? Animals. Yes. In the human race, we are from different settled in different geographical backgrounds, but we are all human beings. So we need to be seeing ourselves as human beings. That is the concept of humanity. When I look into your eyes and look into my eyes, the black eye, you see yourself in my eye, and I will see myself in your eye. What it means is that I live in you, you live in me. I am not better than you, you are not better than me. There is something in you I don't have. There is something in me you don't have. We engage in collective reasoning to build a better universe. That is a concept that is missing. So I say between all the philosophies of humanity, the concept of humanity is the missing link. And so all the things that we are even inventing, that's why science, we even invent things that kill our own selves. Why? Because the concept of humanity is not there. Once the concept of humanity is there, look, I can invent gun, all right. I'll put a bullet that will make you sleep. So if you come to rob me, I'll shoot you, but you fall asleep. When you wake up, we work on your mind. It is something that causes you to come and steal. In your rightful mind, you shouldn't come to steal. So we need to work on your mind to change you. Until we get to that level, humanity is missing.
Okay. So for Africa, even in Ghana, when I come now, they tell me, say, oh, now they want to build cathedral. They want for prayer.
Yeah.
And you now, they say Africa don't need prayer.
Yeah.
So what the Africa needs now to move forward? Because all Africa believes in a prayer will help us. But now they say Africa don't need prayer. Why you talk like that?
The only thing Africa needs, but before that, let me say, God will not do for man what man is supposed to do for himself. Yes. We don't need prayers. We don't need cathedral. What we need is the sense of patriotism, the knowledge of patriotism. That is love for country, love for humanity. Once we get this concept, everything of ours will change in a twinkle of an eye. It doesn't matter the gap between us, the Europeans. Once we get this concept, the whole continent of Africa will change overnight. We've been praying for long. We've been praying for long. We've been praying for centuries. We've been born into it, and we are always still praying. Well, let them build a cathedral. Let them turn the whole country into cathedral. If you don't change our attitude, we are not patriotic enough towards our nation, nothing will happen. Because God will not do for man what man is supposed to be doing for himself. So it's meaningless to build cathedral. It's meaningless to keep praying. I say, prayer is not part of the solution mechanism. It only satisfies the emotion of the one praying. And so what it does is that, sometimes you have a scar on you, and the surface of the scar is as if it's dead, but inward the wound is what is there. That's what prayer does. It makes you feel at peace, as if all your solutions are solved. But when you go back, the solution is waiting. The problems are waiting for you. So prayer does nothing. And I keep challenging people to tell me one thing that prayer does without the involvement of humanity. One thing, anybody who is hearing me, one thing that prayer does without humanity. You won't get it. So in the absence of humanity, everything is meaningless.
But the same way we pray because Savior they come, which is Christianity say Jesus, they can't save us. So wait till you get to talk for that one, because everybody now they pray, they wait for Savior to come so that you can judge.
It's a religious deception, and
so you mean say that thing not be true? It's
a religious deception, and the best way to put it, I said, when the mind is crowded with religious beliefs and practices, critical thinking is distorted. It's just to mislead us, to put our hope in something that does not exist, and so it makes us very lazy. And so we are here as Africans, and we are always praying, but the challenges are looking at us each and every day, which means that we have to engage our reasoning. We have to engage in collective reasoning to solve our problems. So religious knowledge precedes scientific knowledge, and it all has to do with the involvement of the human mind. The world has been in existence for quite a long time, and it keeps evolving. And this evolvement has to do with mind, not physical. So because religious knowledge precedes scientific knowledge, most of the things that went beyond the imagination of human beings were affiliated to spirituality. That is why these prayers and all these things came to be. But in the scientific knowledge, there's nothing like prayers. It's about experimentation, inventions, using the mind to create.
So wait till they kill our mental power now.
Religious beliefs and practices. Religion is killing our mental power. It sits on your mind.
How?
Thank you. Once you have that belief that there's a supernatural being somewhere that does things on your behalf, it kills your thinking process. It makes you relax. It makes you comfortable. Once they make you aware that one day, it doesn't matter the challenges that you have here, the bad economy, the bad things that you are seeing here, one day there is a place prepared by that supreme being where you go, and there will be no weeping, everything, you walk on streets of gold. Once they put this concept in your mind, it makes you lazy. And it shuts that generational thinking mindset. So that's what it means.
So, you know, say Christianity, that they tell us, both all religion, that they tell us, say, now God now create everything.
Yeah.
But the same God need money in return. So why that God need money? You sure say now God really need those money?
That should tell us that the God that we say we are worshiping is a man-made God. Simple, like that's what it means. It's a man-made God. I said this about, was it last month, and people were bashing me on Facebook. Why did I say that? I said, look, the God that we are worshiping is a man. Human beings created that God. That's why the God can do everything, but that God cannot create money for himself. Yes. So to answer that question, I tell you, it's a sign for us to know that the God we are worshiping is a man-made God. It is human beings that created the God.
So now made the thing they need money.
Look so. And in the quest to understand the universe, human beings begin to find solutions, and from their own imaginations, because we don't have answers and we are trying to look for answer to things that are difficult to understand, we created the concept of God and Satan, that God created the universe. It's based on assumptions. All these things are based on assumptions with no evidence. And so for me, it is not my priority. What is my priority is humanity. The children, the future of our children, especially we Africans. The success of every continent is children. And if we are not paying attention to children, what future do we have? We don't have any future. So in as much as we can say God created heaven and earth, for me, whether God created heaven and earth is not my concern. What matters to me is that it is human being that brought me forth to this world. It is human being that took care of me. It is human being that is going to bury me. Whatever that I need, I depend on humanity and the universe, not on God. God has no business to do with me. So my concern is humanity.
Wow. So according to what you post for Facebook, you say devil, which is all these beings there, cannot get anything to do with human beings.
No.
So who called it for, what do you mean by that? Who called it for straight people where they just say you get problem, you get like this?
Thank you very much for that question. You know, because people can't believe in that we push every negative thing to the devil and every positive thing to to God. But that we live in a world governed by natural laws, and we know the law of positivity and negativity.
Yes.
That everything can produce these two results, positive and negative. So anytime somebody says God blesses that person, ask the person, what has God done? Probably somebody has done him a favor. Anytime somebody is complaining about Satan, ask him what has happened. Somebody have done him bad, he or she bad. So whether good or bad comes from human beings. So instead of us shifting blame, unnecessary blame on devil, on God, let's shape the mindset of humanity to think positive, because we are the ones that produce the positive results and the negative results. Just like electricity, it has positive and negative. We say water is life, is that so? But the same water, when it comes to you as flat, that's the negative side. It will take you away. It doesn't matter who you are. It will take you, unless you know how to swim. Okay? So the same water that gives life gives negative results. The same air that gives life, when it comes to you as hurricane, it comes to distraction. That's the negative side. So human beings as we are, we produce negative results and then positive results. Why should we affiliate all the negative results to Satan, whilst we human beings are supposed to be responsible for our actions? So I say, as a patriot, as a humanist, I'm looking for that Satan to come and use me too. Why is he using others? He's not using me. If Satan really exists and using others, he should come and use me. I want him to come and use me. I've discovered my mind. I'm a conscious person. Anything I do to you, I think about it. I know that crossing that road depends on me. There's no grace that is going to help me, so I'm conscious. And in as much as I'm conscious, I'm also mindful of the unconsciousness of those around me. And consciousness is one of the knowledge that we need to know. It's a general knowledge we are supposed to share among ourselves. Because no matter how conscious I am, if the other person is not conscious enough, it comes back to affect me. So I have to be conscious of myself and be mindful of the unconsciousness of the other person. Without this, we blame Satan for nothing. And we affiliate things for God for nothing. Human beings are the center of the fragment of the universe. Everything woven around humanity. We are the good and the bad.
Wow. So now a lot of pastors, they tell you, say, God send them, come, God tell you, say, not do this, not do like this, not do like this. But according to the Bible, they say nobody does see God.
Yes.
So all these people, they speak on behalf of God. What do you get to tell them?
I call it mental disorder. Mental disorder. They are suffering from mental disorders.
Yeah.
It's a serious ailment, and they cannot be blamed for it. You see, that part of the mind, that is the subconscious mind. That is where all our memories, all the stories that were once told, rest there. So the way they paint Jesus to you or the angels to you, if you sleep, that's the same way you dream about it, and you see exact image of what they put there. So and because they got all those inspirations and other things from their religious books, it is sunk in the mind. And so when they sleep, the minds reflect back some of these images, and they say they've seen God, they see angels. It's a mental disorder. They've not seen anything. Nobody has called them. It's a mental disorder. Okay. Simple as ABCD. That is why I see when a Christian dreams and he sees an angel, he will see those angels the way they portray the angels to him or her. No one has seen an angel before, but you see, they have those white image of angels. And the moment you sleep, that's the exact image you see. You will not see anything.
With the wings.
With the wings, even though no one has seen angels before. People even say they dream and they see Jesus Christ. Ask them the type of Jesus they've seen. The one that is painted nicely with a pointed nose, that actor. That's what the person will see. But no one has seen Jesus because they paint that image in the subconscious mind. So when you sleep, the subconscious mind reflects all your memories, your desire, and everything in the subconscious. It reflects it back. For them, they think they have dreamed. No, it's a mental disorder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you get to tell Africa people now where religion now don't trap like this thing for cage where them cannot do without religion? What will be your message to them because we'll not get time again?
Africa must wake up. Africans, wherever you are, west, east, north, south, wake up. The message is that wake up and liberate yourself. Bob Marley says what? Emancipate yourself from what? Mental slavery. Let us begin to unite, put ourselves together. Let us embrace the concept of patriotism. Patriotism is love for our country, love for our continent. Let us be proud of who we are. Let us put aside money. We love money more than everything. So the moment we begin to put ourselves together, you see, the Europeans also know that we are poor in mind, not physical. They know we are poor in mind, not physical. We are poor in mind, they know. And so the moment we begin to put ourselves together, they bring in those papers, those dollars, small dollars and pounds. And the moment Africans see dollars, now we are rushing and they divide us. Let's put the love of money, those money aside. Let's begin to embrace ourselves. Let's open those borders we have put among ourselves. Let's open them. Let's use our mind. Let's engage critical thinking, collective reasoning. Let's think critically and put aside all this Islamic religion, Christian religion, and begin to relate to ourselves as human beings and embrace the concept of patriotism that is centered on humanity. Until we do that, we shall keep praying, we shall keep fasting, we shall keep climbing the highest mountain to speak to. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. And let us not forget, our environment and our continent is the reflection of our minds. The way our mind is, the way the continent is. So let us revive the knowledge of patriotism. with the anthill concept. If termites, as little as they are, could put up hills such as this, termites are little wingless, insect, very little, could put up hills like this. How much more we Africans, with all the resources that we have, with all the strength that we have, with unity, teamwork and determination, we can build a better Africa that we'll be proud of, and we can lay a better foundation for the younger generation. That's all I have to say to my fellow Africans.
I beg tell them your social media handle where they follow you.
My social media handles are Ghana Man. Once you type Ghana Man, keep scrolling. There are people who call themselves Ghana Man. They are not the original. I'm the original Ghana Man here. Everywhere you go, this is the original Ghana Man. And then you see the red, gold, green, or Abitty Nelson. When you go to
Facebook.
yeah, the Facebook. Facebook is Ghana Man, and then Abitty Nelson. Instagram is Ghana_man1. Ghana_man1. TikTok, that's Boss Sikaman. BOZZSIKAMAN. Boss Sikaman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So before you go TikTok, somebody don't use Ghana Man.
Yeah, before I went to TikTok, somebody don't use Ghana Man. Some fake person don't use Ghana Man, so I was not able to.
So my Africa people, I say make I call you go talk to my brother. So now here we will stop. So from time to time, I will see the call ask more things. Yeah. So those of you now want follow on social media handle with this. So we want talk so that make people understand religion, because a lot of people don't know what the religion. So that make us they always they meet different people so that we feel build ourselves, because this thing now they scatter Africa. And a lot of people now they decide. Now we're not going to build ourselves. All of us now pray and then we call it pray. So now all those things, let me do all those things. So I know that some of you just say you Pararan, I go block you. You understand it? So my name is Pararan Party. I'm going to Pararan one of Africa. I go hold the Maggie, the first person to buy Maggie to take cook. When you cook in hospital, only you waka a big parable. So Ghana Man,
hello my brother.
Thanks, it's not easy.
Thank you very much.
Before we go, Abeg, tell us about this your place.
Okay, so this place is called the anthill site.
Yes.
The anthill site, the first of its kind in the whole wide world. It is meant for the children in the community to put this concept in the children. So you can see some children around, and I wish you put the camera on them so that you see what we do here. Every Sunday, I gather the children in the community here to teach them the subject of patriotism and the anthill concept, to let the African children learn the use of the word we instead of I. It is always better to use the word we, because I can never do anything, but in we stand. And so this site is meant for the children, a playground for children. It's also going to serve as a motivational center. Once they come here, we tell them that if termites can do this, how much more you little children?
Yes.
The continent is in your hands. So this site is called the anthill site. And then the vision for this site is that it needs to be duplicated across the country or across the continent, so that similar thing will be happening across. And then we give ourselves 15 to 20 years to watch these children grow. And they are coming with a different mindset, a mindset that believes in unity, teamwork, and determination. And once we have these children, the future of Africa is secure. So this is the anthill site. It's a tourist attraction center, a motivational center, and a playground for children. When it is done, we are going to surround the whole site with the African flag. All the 54 African flags will be surrounded, so that we put the Pan-Africanism in the young children, so that they can grow with that mindset.
So what will be this place name now? The name of
the anthill site, Gada. This place is Kaswa Ofanko Gada. Kaswa Ofanko Gada in the central region, yes.
So now you're in central region of Ghana. So after this interview, now they go eat banku and fufu. Now here they take the one, maybe.
Yeah, they do.
So I cannot eat banku and fufu. I go eat fufu and light soup. So my people, now here we'll take stuff. Save me for the next one. Oh yeah, cut time.
Arise, Ghana youth, for your ready. Sing. Arise, Ghana youth, for your country. The nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold her and make her great and strong. We are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved in building a motherland. Arise, Ghana youth, for your country. The nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold her and make her great and strong. We are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved in building a motherland. So these are the young patriots. We call them the young patriots of Gada. These children gather here every Sunday and we instill the knowledge of patriotism in them. So children, what is patriotism?
Patriotism is loving for a country and willingness to sacrifice for it.
Thank you. What is the anthill concept?
The visible evidence of teamwork, unity, and determination.
Thank you. So imagine this thing is being done across Africa, shaping the mindset of these young ones. And we give ourselves 15 to 20 years. They will come and lead the continent better, not we the elderly ones. For us, the mind is damaged already. The hope is on these children. So every selfless African must target these children. Don't go and fight for leadership. Let's go back to the root and bring these young ones up. They are coming to lift us high. Thank you.